All right, Dillard. So just kind of take me through where you've been the last couple of years from the injuries to transferring and where you're ultimately at right now.
It's kind of a long story. I mean, essentially, I got hurt towards the end of 2019, fall my junior year at the University of Missouri. Somehow was able to power through and throw a little bit in 2020. And ultimately, I end up it leading me to get a PRP injection that summer after not getting drafted. And that rehab just never went well. Ultimately, had to get Tommy John surgery in January of 2021. From there, I end up graduating from the University of Missouri. I go to Texas A&M and had a lot of issues with that rehab. And after throwing one whole inning in 2022, had to get another Tommy John surgery. And yeah, no, I mean it's. I laugh at it now. At the time, it was really bad, just because
Oh, I
like
can
I
imagine.
I didn't really play baseball since like 2019, and like that's all I was trying to do was just play. Like I didn't even care about like the performance pace or anything. It's just like I just could not like bend or extend my elbow, and I was just in a lot of pain. And essentially, and then I took it as a blessing and a curse, and I was able to do my own rehab throughout 2022, 2023, and right around the 16-month mark, I signed with the Phillies in 2023 in that summer.
So how many innings have you gotten to throw in pro ball since signing?
A little over 40.
Okay. Been successful?
I mean, like I said, everything's been going well. Velocity's higher than pre TJ at the current moment. So
It's pretty
I
sick.
will, yeah. So I'm been pretty pumped about that and just how my body's been feeling. I mean, like you bet you've helped me a lot. So like it just fires me up of like the success stories that you've had with guys and that I get to be part of it just because like I've been through like the waves of everything you've been going through like my first full season and just to like have my body feel this good like towards the end of August, like middle of August, like is truly remarkable.
Absolutely. So like talk to me about it was kind of like before we started working together earlier this year.
And just like for us, I mean, I've had been dealing with a knee injury that led back to my first Tommy John surgery just because they took my gracilis graft. And I think just in general, like pitchers go through like shoulder soreness, forearm tightness, whether if that's flexor or shoot, why can't I think of like the pronator mass, like flexor pronator mass tightness, and just like just general like shoulder, forearm, even back tightness or obliques. So I like definitely had a little bit of that with an aggressive knee issue, and then like really, I can remember my shoulder was just tightening up, and I mean it was nothing serious, just more of a shoulder impingement. But like as most pitchers know, like it's just like you can throw through them, but they're really annoying too. And like being able to work with you and to clear that up and like kind of overpower through that has been really, really good.
Yeah, shoulder impingements is something that I'm seeing a lot of recently. I went through like a really long time where nobody was telling me they had shoulder impingement. Now it's just like popping up left and right.
It's just because I think people when they admit like shoulder impingement, it's like, oh no, I can't tell anyone that just because like I won't be able to throw for like 2 or 3 weeks. So that's like the case is it's like all it is just like something minor that like we all go through. Like we all have like go through aches and pains. And honestly, like I had a really bad one during like spring training of like I remember I'm texting you and your brother. I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to last a full season if I feel like this in March? So,
Now
but
we're
like that's
thriving
just
in August.
yeah. Now we're doing well in August, but I think like just learning that that's part of it, and then also being able to like stay on top of everything while doing that. Just because like if you have those lingering issues and you don't do anything about them, not only does like your performance tank, but then also your overall health does. And like as you know, like your body will adapt to like what issues you have, and like you can be
Mhm.
making a lot of really bad habits with throwing and the weight room and just a lot of different areas.
Yeah, the compensations for one injury just lead to compensations elsewhere. And unless you address what's really going on, you're just going right down that hill.
Exactly.
So, what problems were we initially trying to solve?
So for me, it was I think because I came to you like after like I got my knee cleared up because that was just an overall just a super weird like injury that really no one could able like got a grasp of. But I can remember like I came to you with like dude like my shoulder's not feeling great. I'm throwing fastballs at like 93 to 94 in games, and it's like for me it's like I don't need to be doing that. That's like not who I am. And so like I can remember like I told you like yeah I just like feel like my arm just a little bit dead and just like I wanted something to like prepare my body for throwing better. And that's when I started especially like really honing in and doubling down on working with you and doing the exercises that you have and take it like super serious and just totally just buy in.
And how long did it take you to start feeling results from that initial buy-in?
If we go back, I want to say my velo jumped immediately in a week. Like I say that laughing because it's like people like won't believe me, but I can go and show you. Like my average velo was like I'd had spurts of like I got up to 97 earlier in the season, got up to 98 one day when on a day that I knew I was pitching because I was spot starting. So like it's easy to get the adrenaline, but like on like the random Wednesday nights and having to do it again on Saturday or doing it again on Sunday, like I was averaging close to like 93, 94. And then like we're starting to work and I'm like, hey, I think I only threw two fastballs under 95. And then it went to I hit 97 2 days or 2 out of 3 outings this week. Oh, hey, I sat 96. Like, hey, I'm getting up to 100.
I was
Like
gonna
it was
say,
kind of
popped 100 for the first time since like what, 2019?
yeah, 2019 since the last time I played with your brother actually. So it was yeah, pretty rewarding in that aspect.
Yeah, no kidding. So I mean, what did that feel like? Not just like I feel the ball explode, but like what did that give you mentally or emotionally?
It's just more of like me knowing that I'm taking care of work and that what you do and what you preach works. And I mean, we can go like you can go show my pictures to everyone. I think besides my last one because I decided to be an idiot and schedule a meeting 15 minutes after waking up. But like my pictures have improved, my posture's improved, my body overall has improved. Like my shoulder impingement completely gone. And like at the current moment, like I feel like my body's in a really good spot. And it's not like it's funny because the people that I've been talking to, I'm pretty sure the day that I hit 100, I had an appointment with you, and I told you I'm like I'm either popping a 99 or 100 this week, and it just
Went
so
out and did
happened
it that
that
night.
yeah, later that night I end up hitting 100 and sitting 98.
Dude, that's so sick. That's so sick. So do you feel like posture has like improved your game holistically, or is it just, hey, I'm able to throw harder and that leads to a better result, or how has it kind of helped you improve?
It's helped me improve just because I put my body into like a good position, and like every time that I throw, I feel like my body is where I need it to be. Because there's some days where I'm beat up completely, and even those days, like I don't think like people realize like I threw 2 days after having a huge spike in velo, and I still maintain 96, 98. So it's not like it's something to where like I can get it to feel good this one time. Like no, my body is continuously feeling good to a point where I feel like I can compete every single day. Like even after like throwing 2 innings or an up down, like I could go out the next day and do the same exact thing because I'm putting my body in a good spot to help me compete and like be able to just go out there and do it on a daily basis if that's like a good answer for you.
No, absolutely. That makes sense. I mean, as a reliever, you have to have that because you don't have a set routine of, hey, I'm throwing this day, I have a bullpen on this day, I lift this day. It's you show up to the field and you're ready to go or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you kind of tell somebody who's on the fence about posture as a whole?
Don't view it as something of like how like oh like look like I already stand up straight, my shoulder is in a good line. Like look at it as a way of like okay, how can I get my body to feel better, and how can I be able to add this into my routine to make it part of something that I can do every day? Because I like originally I was like this is close to like just simple mobility exercises, but then when you go into the attention to detail that you take care of, like it's more than just simple mobility. It's something that helps like get my it all is all kinetic chain based. Like you have me do stuff from the ground up, and it's not like I have inefficiencies in one area and we only work on that. Like no, we work on the entire body. And yes, you're going to target those inefficiencies a little bit more, but it's more of to get everything ready to go. And it gives you it's one less thing that you got to worry about in preparation. Just because for me, like I use it personally before I throw and a little bit of a warm up if like in like the third or fourth inning. And for me, that's what I found has been extremely helpful for me. And that's like I just don't get how people are just like on the fence about it. Like it's something that's going to help you. Like it's not going to hurt you. And I don't get what people don't understand with that. Cause I mean, dude, originally like last fall, I was pretty on the fence. And even because me and your brother lived together and we were both talking about it, we were like, dude, I really don't know. But then even after both of us doing it, it's like we're both having pretty decent years and it's helped me tremendously. So to the people that are on the fence about it, like it's part of a preparation for you getting ready to throw and to get your body right. Like if you take your career seriously, you would do it.
I think that's a great answer. Dude, you'd be surprised how many times I catch a comment and like on an Instagram video and go, "You're a charlatan," or "This is bullshit." And I'm like, "All right, you can say what you want, but the guys that are in the program are getting the results that they want and their careers are taking off. So you can say whatever you want about me, but it doesn't matter."
Yeah, that's at a point where it's like you're putting your ego aside and you're like, I really don't give a shit. I'm sorry, I really don't care like what people like have to say. It's more of just like my guys enjoy it. Like if you're not with it, like I really don't care. Like eventually those people will come around.
It's not for everybody. If you can't change the way that you see the body, then it's probably not going to work as well for you as those guys that make the shifts that ultimately lead to them being successful.
Yeah. And the one thing too that like people I don't think will understand, you go through the exercises thoroughly, even though like the videos that you send to us include like that are also thorough, but like you make sure that we have a good understanding. But once like after I do the routine 2 or 3 times, it takes me 20 minutes to do it. And that's like not me even like rushing it. That's like me still like doing everything. Like I have a stopwatch to make sure the isometric holds that we do are exactly the precise time that you prescribe. So like people like think like, oh, I don't want to like spend an hour a day. It's literally 15 to 20 minutes. And when you're first learning it, maybe 25 minutes if you have to keep rewatching the videos. Like it doesn't take much. Like it's super simple and it's something that I've like found extremely helpful for myself.
Well, Dillard, I appreciate it, buddy.
Appreciate you, Connor.